Hello everyone. So I'm not going to be breaking anything new to you here. It's been several weeks since the announcement of Pokemon Sun and Moon. At first, I was scared that it might be a hoax because some articles had come out explaining how it could have been a hoax because of the Twitter or whatever. Turned out to be totally real, so I was super excited, then I just fell off. And then I got super excited again because it turned out legitimate. And we got that really emotional and nostalgic trailer for it, that little teaser trailer. We don't really have any gameplay footage of it yet, but they dropped a few little things in there that make me think about some things that could possibly be in it. I will address that later. Obviously I'm really excited about this. I'm always going to be excited about the new installment of Pokemon. Whatever the new names of it, whatever the new franchise, new adventure. Now, I do have worries, and I have not really any complaints, but I just have some worries and some hopes, both positive and negative, whatever. So that's what I want to address here. Not to let you all know that it's confirmed, because we all know it's confirmed now. I just want to talk about some things I expect from it and that I am hoping for. Something I do wholly expect us to have are some new Mega Evolutions. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Mega Evolutions, but I know that they're here to stay, most likely. So I may as well get on board with it. Now, I mean, I don't completely hate the idea. It's just not something that I really felt natural to me in the world of Pokemon. But like I said, it's here to stay. So a few Pokemon I'd like to see some Mega Evolutions for are Snorlax. I think that would be epic. Maybe he just gets really big, like just bigger than he already is. That would be insane. Can't even fathom what that would look like. Of course, my favorite Pokemon ever, Primeape. He needs a Mega Evolution. Get him some buffer arms or something. Maybe a six-pack. I don't fucking know. But don't make it too weird. Don't make it too weird. Alright? Obviously, this is something I think everybody agrees with. We need an Arcanine Mega Evolution. Why the fuck hasn't that happened yet? Maybe it will happen here. Now, I'm sure we'll eventually get Mega Evolutions for all of the starters, eventually. I doubt we will with the new starters because they kind of are just playing catch up with these, so we'll just see the next generation get it. But, I mean, that's whatever. I'd also like to see a Mega Evolution for Lapras. That would be neat. Why the fuck hasn't that happened yet? Now, most of these hopes that I'm having are probably a little far-fetched and won't happen because they may just be a little too far out there. One of them being, I think it would be kind of cool for us to have different types for our starters. Like, we have different options. Definitely probably keep fire. Maybe a poison? Electric? Possibly? I think a good fire, water, electric. I think an electric one would be good. I was about to say fighting. I don't know about fighting. I think a poison, throwing a poison, then maybe a flying type. I don't know. Maybe just change it up for the fuck of it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe fire, water, and grass are the best options. I'm just saying that, like, maybe they could switch that up a little bit. This next one is something that I seriously doubt will happen, but I think would be really neat. It's kind of a throwback idea. It started with Yellow, and that's where you get to see the Pokemon, the top Pokemon in your party follow behind you. I think that's kind of cool. Now, I know that it's unlikely because we're just kind of now entering the 3D realm for Pokemon, which that in itself is huge, and I would be completely satisfied if this hope doesn't come true. I mean, it probably will eventually. I doubt it will this soon, but if they decided to do it and did it, that would be cool. Now, a hope that I think very well could be done if they wanted it to be done, and that is more detailed and customization options. More options and more detailed options. More hats, more shirts, more pants, more shoes. Maybe clothes that mimic clothes that we actually wear in real life. Maybe, bring it a little closer to home. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe you get to change their face up some, add facial hair. I doubt it'll be facial hair because we'll most likely be children. But if they wanted to give you an option of being an older person, maybe that would be pretty cool. They would kind of give a more dynamic to the story. I doubt we'll see that, but I'm just saying that would be neat too. I just now thought of that. I didn't even write that up as part of the ideas I had, but now it is. Maybe we get to choose a different age group. I don't know. I'm just saying that would be neat. This next one, I do very much think is possible because it's been done a little bit before. And that's more detailed Pokemon calls. You know how when they actually say their name? They did with Pikachu in the most recent games. So why not just go ahead and say fuck it and do the rest of them? Because some of them are way too similar. And you're going to run out of ways to do that. So I say just go ahead and push the envelope. Go ahead and take the extra mile and record some voices for each Pokemon. I mean, they only say their own name. That can't be that difficult to just give an option for that. I don't know. That's very possible. So I say let's do that. Something else I really, really, really want, and something that has really kind of gotten really either stagnated or really fell behind, whatever the reason is happening, I want more challenging gym leaders. The gym leaders in X and Y were total fucking jokes. I never lost a single gym battle. And that's bullshit. I think this should be a challenge. I mean, I find that gaming these days is getting way too easy. Now, you'll be playing these new Mario games, Mario Maker, 3D World or whatever, and if you die too many times in a row, it gives you some sort of bonus thing that helps you get through the game. That's bullshit. I want rage-inducing difficulty, where you actually feel accomplished when you do something. I remember as a kid, now these games may not be as harder anymore, but as a kid playing Red and Blue, and all the other games previously once the fall, what the fuck ever, they were really challenging. I don't even think the games today are challenging to that age group, the one that I was when those games came out. Let's make this shit a challenge again. Why? I mean, X and Y were fun, but they were too damn easy. I want each gym to be a little bit more difficult than the last. And speaking of difficulty, let's make the Elite Four a lot more difficult too. They're supposed to be the top tier. They're supposed to be elites. Why the fuck are they so easy in X and Y? It's ridiculous. I also want a more challenging evil organization. I would really like that as well. Because Team Flare were a bunch of cocks. And they were jokes. It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I just want more difficulty. I want a big, long Pokemon adventure in a game where I actually have to train. I have to do shit, and it just feels more of an accomplishment, more of a journey when you finally reach the fucking end. You can beat the Elite Four, enter the Hall of Fame, and holy shit, man, that was a journey. That was so difficult, but I made it through. Speaking of the evil organization that was too easy, they were not very interesting. They haven't been really that interesting since Black and White, in my opinion. That was an interesting thing. I just did not like Team Flare whatsoever. I want an evil organization that has an interesting plot behind them, an interesting motive. I mean, I don't really have a lot of details for that. I just want them to figure it the fuck out. Something that was introduced in X and Y was mounts. And you didn't have very many options for your mount, but the idea was implemented. And I think it's a cool idea. Let's give a wider range of mounts. And more ways to use them. We could very limited use in those in X and Y. So let's give more options to that, I would say. I mean, there's some Pokemon that obviously won't work for that. Like, you're not going to ride a fucking Weedle through town. But Pokemon that could be used for mounts, let's try it out. Something that I saw in that teaser trailer interested me. There was a car drawn in the midst of it all, and if cars are going to be implemented here, cool. Something that honestly I've been thinking about since I was a kid is whenever you have a Pokemon that uses an HM outside of battle, I want to be able to see that shit happen. Not only that, whenever you use Fly and Surf, I want to be able to actually see the Pokemon that you're riding. I don't want just like a black blob that looks like a fucking tadpole. I want to actually see it. I'd also like to see better battle animations. Maybe actually make the Pokemon make contact when they battle each other. Or maybe just better ways to translate what move it is. Now, a lot of them are still pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. There's just some I'd like to see more convincing. That's all. I would like to see a better rival introduced. Not only more challenging, but also I want him to be an asshole again like Gary was. I just think it adds a really interesting aspect to the dynamic of the plot. You feel more compelled to beat him because he's a dick. You're in a race with him. And that just adds an even more diverse way to look at the plot and the way you play the game. And whenever they're all friendly and you're friends, it's like, you don't really feel much accomplished when you beat them. Like, you don't get to put them in their place like you do a rival who's a total ass. And finally, a better roster of Pokemon. I've said this probably 1,000 times before, so I'm not going to get too detailed about it. We don't need a whole shit ton more Pokemon, okay? We just don't. But the ones that we do get, let's have them be more inspired. No more trash bag Pokemons, please. No more lawnmower type Pokemons, please. No more of that shit. No more of the like man-made mechanical looking things, because that just doesn't feel that natural to the world of Pokemon to me. So let's get back to, I mean, they don't all have to be based after animals or whatever, although I think that's a good way to go. But let's stop being so weird with it. Please? And please also let's get a dolphin Pokemon this go around. It seems like there's a tropical theme to these games, so it makes sense. So, and also I really like the names they went with these games. I don't know why anybody would be mad about Sun and Moon. That could potentially be really neat. What do you guys think about my ideas for this, and what are some of your expectations? Leave them in the comment section below, and thank you for watching, and then continue watching. Bye.